my name is Tomide Adeyemi. So the course I did here when I first started in Lambeth was what you call it again, painting and decorating, which was um, the course that I did, which I found really interesting, fun. I learned a lot of things involving painting and sketching and painting and sketching. Yeah, that's what I learned from when I was there. Basically when I was in Lambeth College, I did at least around like 4 courses. You know, those 4 courses, I had to make sure that I put that on my CV. My 4 courses were after painting and decorating, I did what you call it again. I did vocational tasters, and then I did vocational tasters, art and media, and then I did transitions for work. But it was meant to be the courses changed, but obviously I did that to go out and find some jobs that you can be interested to do. So all of that was in my CV when I did, you know, the courses, you know, and then obviously from there I transferred to myself to the NHS, which I did at least around like 3 rotations. Obviously, when I first started there, there was people who came inside the room to introduce the King's College and told all of us all about the health and safeties and the risk if there's, you know, emergencies and stuff like that. So when I was there, I found it really interesting, and I loved the way that when they mentioned it, it made me feel really happy. And so when I was there, when when they finished with what they were saying to us, really, then we had to wait until a couple more minutes for us to kind of like start our rotation, such as we had to work on our maths and English. You know, that was the most important thing that we had to do. So when we start our rotation, we know inside of our mind that when we go to any departments, they might ask us like simple questions of your English and maths if you're really good at it, depending if you're doing comparing and stuff like that. So after the very beginning of September, we started a rotation. So obviously my rotation was what you call it again, warehouse. But this rotation was kind of like to do with like delivering boxes to different departments in the hospital. It was involving hand towels and soaps for the cleaners for the housekeepers to clean the floors, mop the floors, and make sure that everything is well organized properly enough, you know, for the community and the organization as well. And then after a couple of months in the warehouse, you know, I found it I found it really fun. I said to myself, this is something what I would love to do in the future. And it was good. It was a good course to add on my CV and to actually make a great presentation about it and told the whole world what I learned in that course, you know, when I did the rotation of the warehouse and the warehouse delivery. And yeah, it was good in that part. And then after the beginning of the end of the year of December, I moved to the post room. So the post room was really challenging. Like I said to myself, I had to work on my English, I had to work on my reading. You know, all of that was kind of like included to the project search. I mean, included to the post room. So the post room, you know, was most important thing for me to actually have inside of me, and it made me think to myself like maybe this is me in the future actually working the post room and helping other customers to know which one is their letters, such as the letters from the pigeonhole and the letters from the risk of the NHS as well. So working in the post room is a wonderful environment, you know, to have that joy, you know, and it made me feel, you know, really a pleasure, you know, being there and doing a good experience there and putting in my CV as well when I was there as well. So after being in the post room, I did a presentation of the post room as well, of how hard work that I did when I was there. I liked it, it was fun, and I'm happy to be where I was when I was in the post room. And then my last rotation was housekeeping. Housekeeping was the most important business inside the world, to make sure that every everything what I'm doing there is really, really organized, such as when I was there doing housekeeping, they introduced me to the people who I was going to work with, because I was working with two people there. So when I was there, this was kind of like in the nursery, to make sure that this is kind of like a really, really department which is for babies basically. So obviously, they told me they let me know much about make sure that you put on gloves, make sure you put on aprons, masks, because of the infections, what's inside the rooms really, because they're working with practical stuff there really. So that was really, really important for me to actually understand that and put that in my mind as well. And they repeated it, and it was really, really important as well. So, you know, I had so much fun there. It took me time to actually learn the routines, how it goes, because it was a lot of emptying the bins, it was a lot of mopping the floors, there was a lot of sweeping. So it took me a lot of time, but most importantly, housekeeping was a good job, and it really, really helped me to actually move far in life, you know, because, you know, there's so much things that I can do in life. You know, maybe if it's not housekeeping, it can be post room or warehouse, or it can be anything in life. But it made me had, you know, a good experience, good skills, good teamwork, good being punctual as well, time management, problem solving as well, and it made me feel really, really happy to be in the NHS and to learn good things there and to add on my CV. So yeah.